Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Have Nots podcast, a podcast in which we recap Big Brother for everybody. Um, Pretty intense show tonight, even though there was another unanimous vote. If you didn't see it, Nicole got voted out, unfortunately. But it was up for Donnie and Nicole, so uh,
It is what it is, Bobby. It
hey,
is what it is.
I wanted both to stay, but unfortunately you can't have that in the Big Brother house. And unfortunately the head of household can't be evicted. Uh, but
Yeah.
let's start by talking about the events of last week because we didn't have a podcast last week. Um, that was an intense week of Big Brother all in one night. Last,
Oh, it was. It was. Bobby, you got to watch it because I was working
yeah,
and just coming home from that, hearing the craziness on the live feeds was like,
yeah.
no, my buddy Hayden is gone. I love that dude. He cracked me up.
The
He kept
house,
me entertained.
the house absolutely blew up after that too.
It did. That's what, I saw that. I'm like, what is going on? And people were snapping on each other, and I'm like, the friendship of Zanky was broken up, and you had the friendship of Christine and freaking Nicole breaking up. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, this is going to be very interesting next week.
I gave and in the events of last week, I gave Christine a new nickname. I call her. If you follow us on Twitter, you know what it is. It's a Muppet because I can't stand her voice. She sounds like a Muppet, and every time she talks now, I go because that's what she sounds like to me.
Obviously, you're not the only one that thought that because obviously Evil Dick also thought her as a Muppet, and
Oh,
he posted a picture
yeah.
of Beaker.
He posted one of Squidward too, I think.
Yes, and so we all had the same thoughts about this woman, and please to God, they need to get her out soon.
Yeah, I hope now that we have new heads of household, she's one of the targets. She might be. She might be.
Yeah, yeah,
Because there's really not many people left to put up.
yeah. You're down to 8 people. Bobby, you realize we're down to 8 people
I'm
now.
waiting for that table to get smaller.
I'm like, wow, this year's going really fast. It
Yeah,
seems like.
yeah. Like I think the end game is like September 19th or something like that. The
Wow.
last the
See,
last episode is the same night Survivor's debuting.
right, right. So
Unless
they said
Survivor,
it's going to be a big night of CBS.
yeah, hour and a half I think it is too.
Yeah, yeah. So
Good. That's
we're
good.
ready for it.
Anything happened on the live feeds this week that we didn't see that you should know about?
Mostly, right before we came on air, I talked about watching it live this week of the zombies scaring the living daylights out of the
Yeah,
house guests.
that was pretty good.
And as I told you, Bobby, I was like, I was about to go to bed and I heard Nicole scream. And past few weeks, of course, they all make each other scream and chase each other around. So I'm like thinking nothing of it.
What time was that on like the East Coast? Or
East Coast wise, it was like almost, let's see, it was probably around almost 2 o'clock in the morning.
oh wow,
So, yeah.
it was late for
So
them
you can
too.
see why I was about to go to bed.
Yeah, it was around midnight for no, well,
Oh, yeah, yeah, you're right. It was about,
midnight somewhere.
yeah,
I
it
don't
was about 3 for them. So, yeah.
I don't know time zones.
3 for me, yeah. So, and I'm like, okay, I'll just roll over, get ready, go to sleep. They probably scared each other. And all of a sudden, I hear they said they saw a face in the thing. I went, I'm awake now, and I jumped back into the laptop, and it was just great watching the live reactions of Frankie and Caleb. Oh my God, Caleb, Mr. Beast Mode Cowboy, hiding behind a bed, had me in tears, laughing so hard. I'm like,
The funny
eh,
part, well, the funny part, like Big Brother has like great production values when it comes to that stuff because
yeah.
they have those two-way mirrors and that they can play with the house guest and that kind of stuff is fun when they do that. But
Oh yeah.
next week we're getting the return of Zingbot, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh man, and I feel so bad for Nicole,
Yeah.
because she even said that tonight before. She's like, I'm gonna miss Zingbot, and
Yeah.
Nicole, you're right. You missed Zingbot by 1
But
week.
I think it was either Dan or Judd that said, "Be careful what you wish for," because Zingbot was pretty terrible. I can't remember.
Yeah, and I'm kind of glad in a way.
Yeah.
Oh, Zingbot is going to lay into these house guests like no other.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, folks. Do we remember how bad he nailed Andy? So.
So that's one of my
Is
favorite things
there
in
a
Big
ghost
Brother.
in the house? Oh no, that is just Andy.
So, all right. What are your predictions for next week? As far as
Oh, predictions. Well,
first let's do best player and worst player of the week. Who-
best player, worst player. Okay, I'm gonna go for best player for right now because it's the same player I'm always thinking because the man is on his toes constantly. Derek.
Yep.
That man I am so proud of. I
His
mean,
game to lose right
what?
now.
I mean, I'm sorry. I watched the man on live feeds and he has these house guests in the palm of his hand.
Definitely.
I'm like,
Definitely.
you are playing the cop role great. I know a lot of police officers, and I'm like, yeah, well, if I was in that house, I'd believe everything you said too. So, there's my best player. Worst player. Well, I'd say it was Shakasta, but she's gone. Worst player. Caleb.
Oh, really?
He just said it tonight on live feeds before I came on tonight because they just turned the live feeds back on.
Mhm.
He said, I'm a beast in competitions. Nobody said I was smart. And I must say, Caleb, you are a beast mode brainless twit. It's hard to say. Because you're not smart, and I hope you're out this week.
It might happen. My best player, of course, is Derek. It's his game to lose, like I said.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's matching him as far as gameplay goes. He deflects all the blame to everybody else, and he's like this little puppet master in the background, and he's playing such a good game. It's like I haven't seen anybody play this good a game since Dan Giesling, and
I
Dan's like
agree.
my favorite player of all time. So I actually like Derek.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't like him because he got Nicole out, but he's playing the game and he's not getting his hands dirty and no blood on his hands. He's
I was
playing a
going to
smart
say, this
game.
is a game, folks. Yeah, okay, we can like, we can love, but
Yeah,
all in all, it's a game.
yeah, and my worst player of the week, I'm gonna go with Victoria again.
Oh, yeah,
Finally
yeah.
starting to play the game, but I retweeted something that Danny said, Evil Dick's daughter Danny,
Uh,
about like Victoria just realized she's in the Big Brother house tonight when they asked her. So yeah, she has been missing in action
yeah.
for the last couple weeks. But she's finally starting to show up. But yeah, it's too little, too late. I think she's
Yeah.
either going home this week or next week or sometime in between. Well, she can't go in between. But,
Yeah. Yeah.
all right,
I mean, we're going to go into predictions for next week there, Bobby. Let's see. What do you got, buddy? What do you think for predictions?
Well, we know who the head of households are.
Right, right.
Depending on who they nominate, I'm thinking that Zach's gonna put up Victoria and
No, it is Derek and Frankie once again.
that's what I mean, Frankie. I
Yeah.
meant Frankie. I think he's gonna put up Victoria. I
Okay.
think he's gonna put up. No, I think. Oh, that's tough.
Uh-huh. This is a tough
That's
one.
tough. Yeah, because he might put up Christine and Victoria.
Okay, okay, I could see that. Because you don't want to see Derek putting the blood on his hands with
Yeah,
Victoria.
yeah, and I think
Okay.
Derek. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's tough now because there's like so few people left, and I don't want to see him put up Donnie because of Team America, but he might have to.
Yeah.
One of the Team America guys are gonna have to put up Donnie.
Right.
They're really working with, I just, my prediction. I want Christine to go home, so I'm gonna say she's gonna go home.
All right, all right.
That's what I hope.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I agree. That was tough. I mean, I agree. Predicting with two house guests what they're gonna pick, that would be the hardest thing. But my prediction, because of Derek wanting to keep the whole Team America thing going, because we all know money is money, folks. I
Hmm.
mean, I'd rather keep Donnie over anybody else because he's my money cow. He's helping me get this money. And I mean, if you take him down to the final three with you, Frankie, and himself, that's not a bad thing.
Hmm.
It just means you're going to have to work just as hard. So I'm going to go for leaving the house next Thursday. I say Caleb.
Good choice. Good choice. Could we
Yeah,
see like a backdoor possibly for somebody?
right. They need to be smart enough to do a backdoor.
I wonder if they'd
Right
be.
now, backdoor would be the smartest thing.
I wonder if they'd backdoor Zach. He'd be probably the most likely candidate, unless
Yeah.
Frankie would lose head of household in the Battle of the Block, and then he might get backdoored out of the house.
Yeah, but
Because
there goes that whole Team America thing again.
yeah, yeah, true again. But he's won vetoes before, and he won them by himself basically. So
Exactly.
that's gonna do it for us this week. You can follow us on Twitter at HaveNotsPod, and you can follow me at BobbyFJTown. You can follow Wheels at.
You can follow me at Hot Wheels RWA.
All right, anything to plug?
No, actually, the only thing I need to plug is my nose because I caught a cold this week.
Oh, that's not good. All right, and you can listen to Boss Battle on live.sorgatronmedia.com, live every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Wrestling Mayhem Show at 9 o'clock. Awesome Cast at 6:30, I think.
Yes.
And all the other shows on Sorgatron Media, Panel Riot, just all the shows. Indie Mayhem Show. Look us up, sorgatronmedia.com. Have a good night.